We'll start with the prayers. Om Sahana Bhavato Sahanau Bhunakto Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahaihi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Panchadasi, Chapter 1, titled Tattva Viveka Prakaranam, consists of 65 verses. We have finished 32 verses. Today we are going to see the 33rd verse. What is the bird's eye view of this chapter? How do I understand this chapter? This chapter is written by Vidyaranya to understand our real nature. He takes the help of two Upanishads, Taittiriya Upanishad and Mandukya Upanishad. He starts the chapter by saying that our real nature is Sat-Chit-Ananda. Sat stands for pure existence. Chit stands for pure consciousness. Ananda stands for limitlessness. Then he went on to describe creation. How this whole world which we perceive through our sense organs is born out of Pancha Mahabhutas, the 5 gross elements. He also described the process of grossification of the 5 elements from the 5 subtle elements. This is an important process to understand creation. It comes in one of the Upanishads, so it is a Pramana Vakyam. It has got a source of knowledge in the Upanishad itself, which Shankaracharya puts it in his Tattva Voda. After doing the creation, he wants to get into Panchakosha Viveka and Avastatraya Viveka. Viveka means discrimination. All the initial exercises in Vedanta, Karma Yoga, Upasana Yoga, are all meant for the purification of the mind. What is the meaning of purification of mind? Normally, a person who does not get involved in Vedanta has a gross mind and a fleeting mind. Very, very fleeting, very, very rapidly fleeting mind, which is called as an impure mind. So through the study of Bhagavad Gita, through the study of Upanishads, through the study of Panchadasi, our mind learns to quieten down and also decrease the pace of thoughts. Normally, our pace is extremely high because our mind is not trained. So with the training of listening to the scriptures, the mind can quieten down tremendously. So with the help of a pure mind is what Vidyaranya says you can understand your real nature. So with this introduction, let me go straight to the 33rd verse, which we were seeing last week. I will play the verse.
Annam prano mano buddhihi. Annam prano mano buddhihi. Anandascheti panchate. Anandascheti panchate. कोशास्तैरावृतस्वात्मा कोशास्तैरावृतस्वात्मा विस्मृत्या संस्मृतिं व्रजेत् विस्मृत्या संस्मृतिं व्रजेत्.
In this verse, Vidyaranya introduces Pancha koshas. What are the 5 koshas? Kosha means it is a covering. It covers my real nature. What is my real nature? Sat-Chit-Ananda. But today, what do I think? I am fat, I am lean, I am sorrowful, I have too much of tension in my mind, I have hunger and thirst, which belongs to the Pranamaya kosha. Honor and dishonor belongs to the intellect, Vijnanamaya kosha, but I say it is me. Birth and death belongs to Annamaya kosha, which is the food sheath, physical body. These are the 6 sorrows in life. We saw it in the meditation of Vivek Chodamani, which is verse number 256 of Vivek Chodamani. We saw in meditation last week. So the 6 sorrows which we suffer is because of our identification with the physical body, the Pranamaya kosha, and the mind and intellect equipment, antakarana. So, enveloped in them, see how beautifully Vidyaranya puts it across. I am pure Atma, awareness, consciousness. But I'm covered by the 5 sheaths. Therefore, what happens? That I, which is pure consciousness, Vismritya is a very important word here. Vismritya means forgets itself. And it is subject to samsritim brajet. Samsritim brajet means what? Transmigration from one body to another body. Why do jivas travel from one body to another body? Because of karana sharira. Karana sharira is the remainder or the vasanas which get carried over from birth to birth in the causal body. So in one verse, he is trying to put so much of knowledge to make us understand that we are in delusion. Okay, so that is the essence behind this verse. I've told you the essence behind the verse. Now it'll be easy for you to understand these slides. So I will go a little bit faster. I'll just cover what is important in the slides, but the basic essence you know. So samsara is going from one body to another body. And life goes on aimlessly, helplessly, wastefully, full of suffering. all the time throughout the day, my mind is only involved in the gross world, gross 5 koshas. What do koshas do? The koshas take cover, and I am not able to differentiate from them. Samyak sarati iti samsara. What is the definition of samsara? Definition of samsara is, at the end of this life cycle, I have certain joys which I couldn't enjoy in this world. So in my mind, I have a few things to enjoy in the world. The world which we see before us has got 5 sense objects for the 5 sense organs. So the world is nothing but enjoyment for the 5 sense organs. You can call it enjoyment, you can call it sorrow also, because it is a mixture of both. Human life. Throughout, for any human being, whether you are the richest person, whether you are the poorest person, what is life? Life is going through sense organs and sense objects, interaction between the two. And when you interact with the world, what happens? Vasanas are formed. Vasanas are the leftover remainder portion after the action is performed. So like the corn or barley or a plant dies and then it is reborn again with the help of its seed. What is the seed for the human life? Karma phala. So the koshas, they keep the jiva covered. The jiva is what I told you is Sat-Chit-Ananda. Sat-Chit-Ananda is the same thing which is called as Turiyam in Mandukya Upanishad. It is the same thing which is called as Bhuma in Chandogya Upanishad. It is the same thing which is called as Uttama Purusha in the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Same. All are describing the pure nature of the jiva as the infinite, pure existence and pure Chaitanya principle. Okay, so that is this verse. We'll go to the next verse.
स्यात् पञ्चीकृतभूतोऽत्यो स्यात् पञ्चीकृतभूतोऽत्यो देहस्थूलो अन्नसंज्ञकः देहस्थूलो अन्नसंज्ञकः लिङ्गे तु राजसैः प्राणैः लिङ्गे तु राजसैः प्राणैः प्राणः कर्मेन्द्रिये सह प्राणः कर्मेन्द्रिये सह.
These are simple verses which gives you what each kosha is. In this verse, Vidyaranya tells us what is Annamaya kosha and Pranamaya kosha. How are they formed? The gross body is a product, is a karyam. It is a karyam from where Prakriti. Prakriti is the main, is the Maya Shakti is the Karana, consisting of 3 gunas. So the karyam is this body, which is made up of, the physical body is made up of the food which we eat. The subtle body, which consists of 17 organs, here Vidyaranya focuses on 5 pranas and 5 organs of action. He doesn't talk about the 5 jnanendriyas here. Okay? He will talk about it later on. So he says that the subtle body consists of the 5 pranas and the 5 organs of actions, which are born out of the rajas aspect of Prakriti. Prakriti consists of sattva, rajas, and tamas. The tamoguna forms the gross physical body. The rajoguna forms the subtle pranas and the organs of action. Organs of action are formed by the individual elements, rajoguna. Together, the rajoguna, the 5 elements together, they form the prana. And then the prana has got 5-fold functions in the body. The prana is responsible for the physiological function. It keeps the body alive. That is the world in which we are experiencing joy and sorrow. That is what is this the first verse about the Annamaya kosha. So this is quite clear. I won't spend too much time behind it. And so Sthula Shariram is Annamaya kosha, Sukshma Shariram is Pranamaya kosha, Manomaya kosha, and Vijnanamaya kosha. Okay, so 3 koshas come under Sukshma Sharira. 1 kosha is the Sthula Sharira. Sthula means what? Gross body. Sukshma means what? Subtle body. Then there is 1 kosha which is called as Anandamaya kosha, which is the Karana Sharira. So this is how you should connect the 3 bodies and the 5 koshas. Okay, so that is the meaning of this verse. What are the methods which are used by teachers of Upanishads to reveal this Atma? There are 5 main methods. You should not get confused. When you study Vedanta, you should say that, okay, this is the method which is being used to reveal Atma. This is the method which is used in this textbook. Adhyaropa Apavada is a common method which is used by almost all the teachers in all the Upanishads. This is a common method. What is a common method? Adhyaropa means whatever I experience in the world, I say that all this is experience, but it is because of the consciousness. So on consciousness, I superimpose the entire world. This is what done in chapter 10 and 11 of Bhagavad Gita. And then what happens in chapter 13? This stage is called Adhyaropa. The whole world is seen in the body of Lord Krishna. Body of Lord Krishna stands for Chaitanya principle. Consciousness, Sat-Chit-Ananda, Atma principle, Brahman principle. This is how you should understand Bhagavad Gita. Through the Vedantic method. What do I get by learning the Vedantic method? I will get rid of my sorrow. I will get rid of samsara. It will come to everybody who learns this methodology. What is apavada? Apavada means negation. Negation of the whatever you are superimposed. You superimpose the 5 koshas on the Atma. When you superimpose, it is called as Adhyaropa, superimposition. Apavada means what? You negate the 5 koshas. You negate the superimposition and say that this, what do you say? How do you negate it? You say that these 5 koshas are not real. They are not something which is there in 3 periods of time. It is not there in all the avasthas. Therefore, you intellectually you say these koshas are not me. When you say that, that is called as apavada. In avasthatraya viveka, in Mandukya Upanishad, this methodology is very clear. What is the adhyaropa in the three avasthas, in the waking, dream, and sleep? Waking and dream and sleep are the three states of consciousness which are belonging to the mind. That means it is a superimposition of the mind with the three states on Atma. This is given in verse number 3, 4, 5 of Mandukya Upanishad. Also verse number 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 verses are saying that it is the three states are superimposed. Then in the 7th mantra of Mandukya Upanishad, it is apavada. Apavada means what? You negate the three states and say what remains as the substratum is the Atma. So you negate. That is what is called as apavada. So I want all of you to understand this method of adhyaropa and apavada very, very well. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is in the 15th chapter and the 13th chapter, the apavada is done. And what do we say? What does Lord Krishna say? That you are not the Shetram, but you are the Shetrajna. You are the consciousness Chaitanyam principle. When he says that, what is he doing? He is negating the Shetram as the field of experience, as the real existence. It is got appearance, but it is not absolutely real. What is real, absolutely real? Atma. Panchakosha also the same way. The 5 koshas, at the end of after Anandamaya kosha, what do we do? I'm explaining this method very, very deeply because it's extremely important to understand this method. Many students, after 25 years of Vedantic study, they say, I still not understood Atma. And the main reason is they have not understood how to employ this adhyaropa, apavada, prakriya, methodology. So in the case of Panchakosha, what happens? All the 5 koshas, the Upanishad describes, the Taittiriya Upanishad. After the Anandamaya kosha, what does it say? It says that whatever is the sakshi of these 5 koshas is the Atma or Brahman. From that Brahman only, these entire 5 koshas are born, they exist, and they resolve. Similarly is this Avasthatraya in Mandukya. Panchakosha is in Taittiriya. Shariratrayam is the gross, subtle, and causal body, which we just saw in Panchadasi, this chapter. We saw how the 5 koshas are the same as the 3 sharirams. The 3 sharirams is discussed in the Mandukya, it is discussed in Taittiriya, it comes in between the 5 koshas and the 3 states. Then Drikdrishya Viveka. Drikdrishya Viveka is a text, a beautiful text, where the methodology used is who is the seer, who is the Drik of this entire Jagat. And the Drik is the Chaitanya principle, which is the Sat-Chit-Ananda principle. And what is Drishyam? Drishyam means all experiences of mind. It could be through the physical body, through the mind, through the intellect, or through the causal body, which is the sleep state. All these experiences are Drishyam. Drishyam is Mithya. Drik is Satya. Okay? With the help of these five, I can talk about the entire Vedanta in all the Upanishads. So this five is extremely important. If you don't understand, please ask me at the end of the talk so that I can explain to you again. But very, very important to understand, because if you understand this, the discrimination between Atma and Anatma becomes easier. Many people, they get caught up. What is this mind and why I'm not able to drop the mind? What is the difference between mind and Atma? It is it is very, very subtle. If you understand this principle of Adhyaropa and Apavada, it will help you. This is the basis on which Shankaracharya wrote the Adhyasa Bhashyam, the commentary on superimposition. A very beautiful text. For all those people who are very serious, I mean, most of the students here are all senior students. You have gone through with me the Adhyasa Bhashyam, the commentary of Shankaracharya. I have some videos on it. If somebody has not done it, you can ask and you will get the videos. Okay, so this verse is talking about Pranamaya kosha, which is born of Rajoguna. 5 Pranamaya koshas, 5 karma indriyas are all born out of Rajoguna of the Maya principle. Maya consists of Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. From the Rajas element, you get the 5 pranas and the 5 karmendriyas. Okay? From the tamasic aspect, you get the Annamaya kosha, which is the gross body. From the sattvic component, you get the jnana indriyas and the mind. Mind is with a combination. I described this last time when we discussed about tanmatras and grossification, panchikarna process. I have explained all this in great detail. I'm just giving you a summary. So the mind is a combination of the 5 elements. The prana is a combination of 5 elements. The jnana indriyas, the eyes, ears, and all that is born out of the individual 5 elements. The organs are action are also born out of the individual 5 elements. Okay, so this is just a summary of Tattva Bodha. Next verse.
सात्विकैर्धीन्द्रियै साकम् सात्विकैर्धीन्द्रियै साकम् विमर्शात्मा मनोमयः विमर्शात्मा मनोमयः तैरेव साकं विज्ञान तैरेव साकं विज्ञान मनोधीर्निश्चयात्मिका मनोधीर्निश्चयात्मिका.
All these are simple verses summarizing what is the Manomaya kosha, mental sheath. The doubting mind and the 5 sensory organs, which are born out of what? Sattvic aspect of Maya. In the previous chart, I showed you that. They make up the mind sheath, the mental sheath. The determining intellect. What is the difference between mind and buddhi? Buddhi means it says it is a determination, the faculty of determining or decision making in your mind. That is what is called as buddhi. So the buddhi with the jnana indriyas, they form the Vijnanamaya kosha. See the subtle difference. The jnana indriyas, with the help of mind, it is called as Manomaya kosha. Jnanendriyas with the help of buddhi. Jnanendriyas is common to both of them. That forms the Vijnanamaya kosha. So why is Vidyaranya saying all this? Because we are experiencing them. So when you sit in meditation, what happens is you should be able to say, I am experiencing this, but I am not this. In your seat of meditation, you will get thoughts. Then thoughts belong to the mind. Fleeting thoughts. One by one, one by one. It will just come. Not only for you, for the entire mankind. Whoever closes his eyes, even if you just sit in a chair, just close your eyes, you can see all your thoughts. Everybody. Mind running. You can see such a speed of these thoughts. Okay, so that is the essence behind this verse. Sankalpa means deciding. Vikalpa means wavering. Vikalpa means in Sanskrit, vikalpa, pendulum, one end to another end. Sankalpa means I want to attend the class. Should I attend, not attend, should I attend, not attend? That is vikalpa. So that is a thought. It is not me. It is a part of nature. It is a part of Prakriti made up of 5 elements. Okay? That is how you should try to discriminate between the awareness, consciousness, and the thoughts. These verses will help you to understand the difference between mind and intellect, and also will help you to drop both of them. Any vacillating thought is the mind. Any thought of determination, which is called as nishchayatmika, is Vijnanamaya kosha. Okay? And the how is this? Why do we have this faculty? Because the nature of the mind and the intellect is slightly different. 5 karma indriyas, 5 jnana indriyas together with buddhi. Buddhi is an instrument. Antakarana. That forms the intellect. The jnana indriyas with the mind, they form the Manomaya kosha. Okay? So the 17 instruments which we all possess, which is called as the subtle body, Sukshma Sharira, consisting of Pranamaya kosha, Manomaya kosha, and Vijnanamaya kosha. If you remember this chart, you will understand Tattva Bodha very clearly. Many people, they miss out this point. What is the difference between Manomaya and Vijnanamaya? One is connected with the mind. Another is connected with the intellect. Okay? So these 17 instruments is what leaves the body when you die. When you die means what? When the body dies. This is what Lord Krishna says in the 15th chapter. So what leaves the body? The subtle body. Once the subtle body is gone, that means what? There is no more software available in this hardware. Without the software, can the hardware run? No, cannot. Once the software is not there, you cannot on the computer. Similarly, you cannot on the machine, on our body. So the subtle body leaves. Why does it leave? Because it wants to contact another new body, fresh body, very young body, so that it can go through the joys again in this world. Okay, so that is that is how this verse explains the 3 koshas and how they are connected with the experiences of all of us. I told you earlier, sthula shariram identification, how does it express? It expresses as I was born, I will die. The I there stands for the gross body. All of us, we use it. See, in Vyavahara, in transactions, we have to use this. But what we have to understand is it is not my real nature. It is there as long as I am doing transactions in the waking state. Sukshma Shariram, how does it identify? It identifies as I am suffering, I am happy, I am deluded, I am angry. I don't understand Vedanta. I understand Vedanta very well. These are all the Sukshma Sharira. Karana Sharira means what? I didn't experience anything in my sleep last night. I slept like a log. That is what my identification with the ignorance. What ignorance? Mula Vidya. Mula Vidya means what? It is, I don't understand the sleep state correctly. Actually, what is happening? The mind has rested with Ishvara. But I think that I have gone to sleep. Mind has gone to sleep. But who am I? I am the Sakshi of the sleep state. I am the awareness principle, which is aware that the mind has gone to sleep. If I know that, what happens? Suppose I know that today through the Vedanta class, I understand. Oh, I never have. What will you say then? You will say that I am a jnani who understands that sleep state is the state of a mind, an antakaranam, which is attached to a body, and it is going to sleep. Body, when it wakes up, the mind, when it wakes up, it has relationships. Ahamkara and mamakara comes. What is ahamkara? I am this body. What is mamakara? All things related to this body, my son, my daughter, my wealth, everything is related to the body. If you really see, only that ahamkara, the I, which is attached to this body, which is called as the ego I, is suffering, is enjoying, is confused, deluded. So I get rid of all this by knowing what? These are all mithya. Mithya means what? It is an appearance, but it is not the truth. What is the truth? I am the Sakshi. I am the Sat-Chit-Ananda principle. Okay? So, Manomaya kosha has got the Karana Rupa and Kartru Rupa. Kartru Rupa means what? I am the doer and enjoyer. Karana Rupa means what? It is I am the perceiver. When you say I am the perceiver, what it means? You are using the sense organs to perceive the world. So the mind is attached to the sense organs and it says, I perceive the world. That is, and the same mind says, I am doing an action using my karma indriyas. Okay? This is how we should understand the different koshas. Next verse.
कारणे सत्त्वमानन्दम् मयोमोदादिवृत्तिभिः तत्तत् कोशैस्तु तादात्म्यात् तत्तत् कोशैस्तु तादात्म्यात् आत्मा तन्मयो भवेत् आत्मा तन्मयो भवेत्.
So in this verse, so what have we seen before now? We have seen the mental sheath. We have seen the intellectual sheath. We have seen the Pranamaya, the Pranamaya kosha. We have seen Annamaya kosha. 4 koshas we have seen. What is left over? Anandamaya kosha. What is Anandamaya kosha? Anandamaya kosha is what we experience when we are sleeping, or when we experience joy in this world. In the waking state, we experience joy. That is called as Anandamaya kosha, which is born out of the vrittis in the mind. It's simple. I enjoy ice cream. I enjoy nice food. I enjoy a nice flower, a garland. These are all small, small joys. All these are born out of what? Vrittis. Without the vrittis, can there be a joy? No. Even the joy which you get in the sleep state is born out of the Karana Sharira Vritti. Karana Sharira Vritti is the subtlest Vritti. And when the Sattva Guna, when the consciousness shines in that subtlest Vritti, we get some joy in sleep. So, there are 2 types of Prakriti. One is called as Avidya, another is called as Maya. This is just a technical term, but this is often used so that I want to explain that to you so that you understand where Avidya is used, where Maya is used. Maya is used whenever we talk with reference to the cosmic samashti, which is Ishvara. It is a upadhi. Maya is a upadhi of Ishvara. Upadhi means what? It is the medium. The whole world which we see is Ishvara. And we say in what? The whole world is Maya. So it is Sattva Pradhana Maya. Sattva Pradhana means what? It is predominance of Sattva Guna and there is no Tamo Guna in it. Lord is aware that he is the Lord of this universe. The Jiva thinks that he is not the Lord of this body. He thinks that I am inside this body suffering. I am born, I am gone. The Lord never thinks like that. A jnani will never think that he is the body. He will think I am the consciousness, awareness principle. Avidya is always a upadhi of a jiva. Upadhi of Ishvara is Maya. Upadhi means what? Medium of transaction. It is a covering. So avidya is the covering of a jiva. Avidya means what? Ignorance. This avidya is called as Malina Sattva. It is Sattva Guna, but it is dull Sattva Guna. And that is what is called as Anandamaya kosha. So the 3 states of experiences are what? It is avidya plus the waking world in the waking state, avidya plus the dream world in the dream state, avidya alone in the sleep state. This demarcation, try to understand. See, I am not aware that I am consciousness independently existing principle. In the waking state, I have that ignorance. In the dream state, I have that ignorance. In the sleep state, I have the Maha ignorance. Okay? I have to get rid of this ignorance by the knowledge of Atma. That is why I study Sat-Chit-Ananda Swarupa Atma. That is why I study the Turiyam in a very detailed way in Mandukya Upanishad. That is why I study the Bhuma Vidya in Chandogya Upanishad. I study Pratibodha Viditam in Keno Upanishad. I study Uttama Purusha and Kshetrajna in Bhagavad Gita. All these are dealing with getting rid of avidya. What happens when I get rid of the avidya? Then I don't look at the world which I experience as real as myself. It is of a lower order of reality. It is mithya. Mithya means what? Not that it is existent, not that it is not existent, but it is seemingly existent. Okay? So Maya Panchakam, for all those who are listening to the broadcast, recently last 4 or 5 verses through the broadcast, in the morning you get this broadcast. Maya Panchakam. There are 5 verses of explaining what is Maya. Very beautiful. If you understand those verses, it's very easy to understand consciousness. So Anandamaya kosha consists of avidya and ananda. Avidya is the covering, avarna shakti. Ananda aspect is the priya, moda, and pramoda. Priya is, all of you understand what is priya because you have done Taittiriya Upanishad. Priya means joy in thinking of sense objects. Moda means joy in gaining the object. Pramoda means joy in ecstasy in actually enjoying the object. There are 3 grades of happiness or joy. Okay, so that is what is Anandamaya kosha. Antakaranam, when we say, it is mind, intellect, memory, and ego. Okay? And the 3 thoughts which we get for joy is priya, moda is delight, and pramoda is happiness. Anubhava. Okay? I've discussed this topic when we did Taittiriya Upanishad, so I won't go into the depth. But if you don't understand again, ask me, I can explain that. So avidya exists in 3 states. If I remove the avidya, I can say I am mukta purusha. I am free. Free from what? Free from the identification of the body as me. See, I am not free from the identification of Chaitanya. Don't drop Chaitanya. Chaitanya, I am aware. That I hold on. Because if you drop that, what will happen? You'll become Shunyavadin. Everything is zero. There is nothing in this universe. From nothing, only the whole universe is coming up. So that is Shunyavadin. Okay? So this is explaining Anandamaya kosha. Atma Bodha has got this very beautiful verse which says that the identification of the 5 sheaths, it is exactly like a crystal. In a crystal, which is pure colorless, if you put a red cloth over the crystal, the crystal will appear what? Red. If you put a blue cloth, it will appear blue. Or you, in front of the crystal, you keep a red flower, rose, the crystal will appear. Look through the crystal will look red. Similarly, you keep a yellow flower, it will look yellow. So what happens? What is this cloth which is being covering this Atma? This is Atma Bodha, is written by Shankaracharya. So beautifully he explains with examples. Plenty of examples are given in Atma Bodha. Simple examples. The cloud covering the sun, the clouds traveling very fast, this upadhi of a crystal, these are all from Atma Bodha. So the 3 world which we experience, which is the waking world, the dream world, and the sleep world, they are what? They are the upadhi. Upadhi means something which covers. It's a medium. Through this upadhi only we can recognize Atma. That is another, that is what is called as manifestation. Through this upadhi, we use this body. All of us in the waking state, we use the body to understand what is Atma. Okay, so we have covered Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya. You can use these slides for revision. When you're trying to revise what are these things which we have covered so far, you can use the slides. We have seen what is Priya, Moda, Pramoda. Okay, so whenever we are getting covered and we get a wrong notion, that is what is called as superimposition. Okay, so when my energy level is down, I say I am hungry, I am thirsty. Ashanaya is hunger. This belongs to the Pranamaya kosha. Thirst belongs to the Pranamaya kosha. Manomaya kosha is when I have got kama, krodha, madha, moha, matsarya. These are all the jealousy, anger, desire, greed, delusion. All these are what? Mental thoughts. Annamaya is I am dark, I am fair, I am short, I am tall, I'm a woman, I'm a man, I'm a child, I'm young. Similarly, when we have possessions, I have a lot of money in the bank. I'm rich, I'm poor, I'm not so rich. Okay, so these are all how we wrongly mistake ourselves to be the koshas. I belong to a Republican Party. I belong to the Democrat Party. I'm a communist. I'm a Democrat. All these are all political identifications of what? Not of Atma. Atma is asangaha. It can never get related to anything in the world. That is what we understand from the Upanishads. Anandamaya is what? The joy in the dream, joy in the sleep, joy in waking up also. Sunrise, sunset, whenever I enjoy this natural beauty, I get delighted. So this delight itself is a kosha. Many times we get delighted. Oh, how can you say that there is no Atma? How can you say that I am not this delight? That is what Vidyaranya is trying to say. Very beautifully, Vidyaranya covers this in 4 verses. See how much depth he has brought about and how much clarity he has given us. So our entire problem depends on the notional identification with the 5 koshas, with the 5 sheaths, which belong to the body. And it gives me a temporary status of ego. What is this temporary status? I am a waker. Inside that waker has got all the identifications of the 5 koshas. But what is the broad identification? I am a waker. Similarly, I am a dreamer. I am a sleeper. These are very broad identifications. Under that, you've got delusions and mistaken notions, which is what we have to remove. Without identification, who am I? I am the Sakshi, pure awareness. This is exactly what we try to do in meditation. We drop all our coverings, and then what do we say? I am the pure Sat-Chit-Ananda. Okay? If you understand the Vedanta explained like this about the 5 koshas, about the 3 bodies, meditation is very simple. Meditation is very easy. Okay? So that is how we look at all this 5 koshas. The next verse is a methodology. I'm going to take it up next week because I want to focus on the Anvaya Vyatireka method. It's a slightly different method. So I want to explain that in detail. I will take it up in the next session. It's a very beautiful verse, and I don't want to rush into it. So I will take it up in the next session. Then from 38th onwards, he starts the different states and the koshas. See how beautiful it's coming up. So next week, we are going to do something very interesting. We are going to combine the kosha with the different states of consciousness, of the mind, waking, dream, and sleep. So before that, we are going to cover this particular verse, which has got a lot of Vivek Chudamani and verses to explain. So I'll take this 37th verse, slide number 265. We'll start with this verse, number 37. With this, I will stop today's session on Panchadasi, Chapter 1. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudacchade Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavasishyade. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Okay. I don't see any message on the chat board. In case you want to ask any questions, you can unmute yourself and you can ask the question.
Hari Om.
Yeah, Hari Om, Saroj.
Yes. Yeah, today is my first class. I'm from Nepal, and I've been listening to this Advaita Vedanta sessions from Dr. Swami Sarvapriyananda, who lives in New York now.
Yes.
So I've been listening to him and also a few other learned persons. So my question today is, so what is the difference between is Maya the illusion? How it differs from the illusion, if not? So how we can say it? You said that it is the appearance, but not the truth, right? So that, can we say it is illusion or what? Yeah, this is my question. Thank you.
Okay. So you have been listening to Swami Sarvapriyananda. Almost everybody in this group has also listened to him. He's a very great teacher of Vedanta. Please continue listening to him. And he is a great orator and also a great teacher. Number two, coming to what is this Maya? Maya, the definition of Maya, try to understand first. Okay? Once you understand the definition, then it will be easy to understand the illusion part of Maya. Maya means it is the third category which our intellect is able to understand. What are the three categories? I have explained this in the previous talks, but anyway, I'll explain to you again. There are three categories of existence. One is that what we call it as Satyam, always existent. You cannot, Satyam means it can never go out of existence. It is always there. The only thing which is Satyam in this universe is what? Atma or Brahman, whatever you call it. This consciousness, Chaitanyam, is the Satyam. It can never go out of awareness. It is always there. That is what is Sat, Satyam, one which is always existent. What is the other side of Satyam? It is Asat. Asat means it is never there, non-existent. What are the examples of non-existence? Flowers in the sky. Do you ever see flowers in the sky? No. It is non-existence. A horn of a rabbit. Deer has a horn, but not rabbit. So the horns of a rabbit is non-existent. So there are several things which are non-existent in the world, and there is only one thing which is existent, which is Atma, consciousness, Satya. Asat, there are many. So many things are non-existent. Okay? Now, in between these two, Vedanta says there is a third category. Science does not believe in this. Many of the other philosophers, they don't believe in the third category. The third category is called as Maya. Maya means it is not Satyam. It is not existent all the time. And it is neither non-existent because you are experiencing it. You experience Maya. At the same time, it is not Satyam. Neither it is Sat, neither it is Asat. It is in between category called as Maya. Maya means delusion, illusion. For example, the best way to understand Maya is what? Our dream state. If you ask today, where is that dream which I will experience tonight? Is it there or not? It is there. It is hidden. It is unmanifest condition. It is there. Each one of us, dream is there, but in unmanifest condition. When the dream comes, at that time, during the dream, it is maha-real. A tiger is chasing you, you are falling into a well, and so many things happen. It can, for each one, the dream is different. So the third category is called as Mithya or Maya. Don't forget, this is how we should understand Maya. Maya is neither existent, neither non-existent. It is seemingly existent. If you have understood dream as Maya, as an illusion, as a delusion, during the dream, it is real. Same thing is happening in the waking for all of us. When you understand Satyam as consciousness, awareness, and that is the truth, you hold on to that Satyam. Don't lose the Satyam. To understand Maya, you should hold the Atma, which is Satyam. If you don't hold the Maya, you will never understand Maya. If you don't hold to Satyam Atma, you will never understand Maya. This waking state, because it is born out of the mind, the moment the mind becomes awake, you see the world. The moment mind goes off to sleep, the world is out of my experience. Each one of us, we are not talking about the other. Your mind, your world. For others, the world may be there, but you are sleeping. Your mind, they are looking at you, the truth. What is the truth you're searching for? The truth is your consciousness. You're not the mind. So all things which are being done in the waking state is said to be Maya, is said to be illusion, delusion, whatever you may call it. All the perceptions which you have, they're all coming because of Maya principle. That is how Lord has created the world. The whole waking experience is Maya. The whole dream experience is Maya. The sleep experience is Maya. All the three put together, waking, dream, and sleep, is said to be Maya. Maya, or we call it Vidya. Vidya is another word for Maya. So what is Maya? All the three states together is called as Maya. All the three states together is called as delusion. But this delusion cannot exist without Satya. Rope snake is a delusion in the mind. It cannot exist without the Adhishtanam, the rope. Chain, bangle is name and form. It is mithya, but it cannot exist without the gold. Mirage water, again mithya, again Maya, cannot exist without the Adhishtanam, the sand, dry sand. So what Shankaracharya says is, this entire world, Jagrat, Sushupti, Swapna, is Mithya or Maya. Seemingly it is there. It is an appearance. For all of us, the world is an appearance. It is a seemingly existing entity. For all seemingly existing entity, there is a beautiful example, that is rope and rope snake. Rope snake is seemingly there, but it is not real. Similarly, the three states is seemingly there. It is not real. We go through the world. Even after knowing Atma, you cannot say that the world will not be there for me. No. Even a jnani has to go through the world in which we all live in. That is the power of Ishvara. That is the power of this controller who is called as Paramatma. So, what is Maya? Now you have understood. There is Maya Panchakam. 5 verses are there. If you don't have it, go and Google it. You'll find the Maya Panchakam. You'll get all these 5 verses explain to you very beautifully what is this Maya. I've explained to you technically. If you have understood what I have said, you will never have a problem to understand Maya. And Maya Panchakam, there are 5 verses. You can study the verses. Now, after you have listened to me, if you go through those verses, it'll be very easy. Saroj, is it clear?
Yeah, it's clear. Is it Maya Panchakam?
Yes.
Anchakam Panchakam.
Yes, you got it. If
Yeah.
you don't find it, you write to me. I will send you all the 5 verses with the chanting.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's clear now. Thank you very much, sir.
Super. Very good. Who else? Anybody else has any other doubt? See, this clarity in Vedanta is very important. The moment you get clarity, and how will you get this clarity? Only by studying Shankaracharya's commentaries. Take any Upanishad and go through the Shankaracharya's commentary. I've started the Taittiriya Upanishad in my Saturday classes. Shankaracharya's commentary. Those who are interested, you can attend. It's a beautiful commentary. Hopefully, sometime in future, I plan to take Mandukya Upanishad also, commentary, Shankaracharya's commentary. I'm just writing the notes for that, for the classes. And sometime I'll take it, I'll let you know. Who else? Anybody else has any other doubt or any other remark for today's meditation session? Does anybody have anything to say on today's meditation?
I have a question. Is it possible to see your own life totally as a dream, completely as a movie?
Yes, it is. It is
Yeah.
possible for
Yeah.
a person who has gone through the Vedanta
Yeah.
complete course of
Yeah.
the Upanishads.
Yeah.
It is very easy. It is not. It is very easy. You see, what happens is the moment you do Mandukya Upanishad, the level of depth of that Upanishad is extremely high. So when you go through that Upanishad and Shankaracharya's commentary on that, most of us will get convinced that the entire waking is also another type of dream.
Yeah.
It is possible.
Yeah.
Many students of Vedanta have gone through that course. And you see, the beauty is that you will go through this waking state with a very light mind. It is not a mind which is burdened.
Yeah.
Go through the waking state with an unburdened mind. And that is what is called as a Jivan Mukti mind. All of us can be free from our from the hold which mind has on us. If we don't have this knowledge, the mind is controlling us throughout our life. And we feel very burdened, because there is something in me which is controlling me. I'm not free. I'm bound by something in this body. What is that? It is the mind. And how to get rid of this mind, or how to free this mind, how to untie the knot of the mind with that I. See, each one of us has got that aham, I. So in this body, there is I, aham. Now that I is being tied with this mind. And this I is actually free. The I is ever free, but it is tied. It is tied with the body and mind. Therefore, this I feels that it is very, very burdened. It has got sorrow in life. So the way to untie this I is to go through this Upanishads and go through. So your question is, can anybody live without thinking that the world is a dream? Yes, it is possible.
Yeah.
I'll give you a small technique. This has been taught by Shankaracharya in Mandukya. A very simple technique. You will try to see whether you can apply it.
Yeah.
Whenever you are thinking of any sorrow, suppose any thought of sorrow comes, immediately you say, I am the consciousness. I am the self-evident, pure consciousness. Tell it. Deliberately tell yourself, I am pure, self-evident. You see, that's what today we were stressing in our meditation.
Yeah.
This consciousness exists by itself. It doesn't have to join the thought. So the moment you say, I am the self-evident, self-shining consciousness, the thought will run away.
Yeah.
The thought will go. It doesn't have, it cannot get attached to the I, the consciousness, if the I knows itself as consciousness.
Yeah.
But suppose this I doesn't know,
Yeah.
then the thought is going to suffocate you.
Yeah.
If the thought is going to disturb you, the thought is going to cause sorrow for you. So every time you feel a little bit of sorrowful, you feel dejected, you feel angry on someone, you feel angry on yourself, or you feel that you have lost something, immediately tell yourself, I'm ever evident consciousness.
Yeah.
I am ever evident consciousness. Because in the whole creation, there is only one thing, which is self-evident. Self-evident means what? I, aham, I. That I is very, very powerful.
Yeah.
It's not allow anything to get attached to itself. It does not allow.
No.
It's always pure.
Yeah.
So the moment you strike and say, I am that pure consciousness, everybody can try. You can see, this is not, it is a habit.
Yeah.
It is a habit to get rid of sorrow in life. It's a very small technique. You try to implement it, you will be successful.
Yeah.
And you will find that over a period of time, your disturbances come down. The frequency of your disturbance will definitely come down.
Yeah.
Suppose you have been getting, see, all of us, we get attacked by our mind only.
Yeah.
What attacks us is our own thoughts, but we don't know how to get out of that. You see, that is what is called as Maya. That is what is, and we don't know. It is there, but I can't see it. It is invisible, but it is controlling me. The only way to control Maya is Atma.
Yeah.
That Atma is the only thing, if you say, that is what Shankaracharya says, Turiyam in Mandukya. He says, the only thing you should remember is, I am that Turiyam, I am that consciousness, which is always self-shining. It is always there. See, what happens then is that the experience of sorrow will come and go, but you are not saying that I am sorrowful.
Yeah.
This will happen.
Yeah.
Sorrow will still come and go in life because that is a part and parcel of this world, which we call it as the waking state. It is a part and parcel. It will come and go. But you will find that you are not getting affected by it. That is the change which you will see.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, anybody else? Okay, if there are no other questions, we will close for today and then we'll continue our study on this chapter 1 next week. And till then, I wish you all good luck in your life. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you
very
very
much. Good night.
you very
Good
much.
Good
night.
night.
Hari Om, Hari.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hari Om.
Hari Om.
And